Hey everyone, this is Alex Mahoney with Coda Financial Coaching here. And I just got back from a vacation out west where I was exploring national parks and other sites out west with a buddy. And I've done this several times now in the last, I would say, 5 to 10 years. And I just wanted to go over some lessons from a not only budget and value point of view, but also just from an overall enjoyment point of view, so you can get like a vacation that's reasonably affordable, but also enjoy it here. So first lesson that I figured out is it's not necessarily going to make your vacation cheaper or more enjoyable or more convenient now to fly. Since COVID, airlines have really been strained and haven't kept up with demand. And frankly, now with the higher cost of flying, the inconveniences of being massively delayed with no compensation, having to get a hotel when you didn't anticipate it in typically a high cost locale, just have kind of tilted the balance, in my opinion, completely in favor of the old school road trip. So especially if you have multiple people or you have kids that are old enough to be able to sit in a car, and you can manage them reasonably with some reasonable stops, like it's pretty clear to me that a road trip can be a better experience, especially if you have a friend or a family member who can help manage that driving load with you. So I would suggest, just if you don't already, have a good, reliable used car that is going to get good mileage and is not going to require expensive repairs that often. Something like a Toyota or a Honda, something is going to be kind of a workhorse for you, and do a road trip. So that's kind of the first lesson, that travel, even long distances, is tilting in favor of a road trip for me. Second lesson is that you should pretty much avoid any national parks, major spaces, anytime on major weekends during the high season, or weekends at all, I should say, during the high season, the high summer season. It was already, even pre-COVID, getting to the point where the Instagram effect was really causing people to go to places that were previously only really frequented by outdoorsy people. But now everybody's going to places like Angel's Landing in Zion or Bright Angel Trail in the Grand Canyon. And it's just super expensive, super inconvenient, to get to these places at any weekend during the high season, right? So I would suggest basically reserving your weekends to travel and only going to these parks during the week. So that's kind of tip 2 right there. And then there's also tip 2.B, I'd say, is if you can go to these places during the shoulder season, that is that early May to mid-May timeframe, or that mid-September to early October timeframe. The weather is still going to be fantastic, if not more so, and the kids are in school. So that's really a good time to go if you can swing that. So kind of couple to, tip 2 right there. Tip 3 is, if you really are strained for a budget, I would not try to do the big trip with the family if it truly is going to bust your budget. And instead, really try to take advantage of state parks within a day's drive of you. People just don't, they think of the big national parks, like I've, said before, the Zions, the Grand Canyons of the world, but there are so many state parks that are so cheap. You can get a pass for a year for almost nothing, sometimes like $20 to $30 each. And it's a day trip, and it's basically there and back in a day. You invest, you don't need to get like a big backpacking gear, piece of gear or something just grab yourself a Camelback, which is a great piece of gear, not a paid sponsor or anything like that. And you can shove like all the water, sandwiches, snacks you need in there, and just go and enjoy a place that is just as beautiful, if not more beautiful in some cases, than a lot of these national parks. So that's something I would consider, especially during the summer season. Really take advantage of these state parks that are just not going to be frequented as much as the national parks. So those are all the tips I have for today, guys. Hope you have a great start to your summer and that you have some good ideas for how to keep your summer somewhat affordable and also enjoyable.